Today's project is called Farm City Found Sounds, and it's a collaboration between the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, the Cambridge Corn Exchange and National Trust's Wimpole Home Farm. And Dame Evelyn Glennie is our featured artist for the project. We're doing an exploration around her rural upbringing.
We're really grateful for the RPO and their Resound wing in helping us put this project together, and also Netherhall School who have arranged for the kids to be available and to come to this wonderful place on a day like this. These projects are very much about people working together with the same aim to engage young people in music making.
This is a very exciting year because of the artisan residency I have at Cambridge, and to collaborate with the RPO is always really a joy, and it's a privilege as well.
One of the things that makes this project particularly different is, firstly, we're starting on a farm surrounded by animals, and we're outdoors and we're all a little bit cold, and so that's given an intensity to it. There's the three-way partnership on this project, a group of young people, the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and then a soloist in Dame Evelyn Glennie, so that makes for something quite unique. There's a brief to this which is not about repertoire, it's not about technique, it's about listening.
It's incredible how, being brought up on a farm myself, how you are so in tune with everything on the farm, and sound was a huge element of that. This whole project, working with our young people, who all play instruments, by the way, but it's really for them to think outside of the box as regards to, well, what is this instrument and what can I do with it? And this is where, you know, the chance to record these sounds and to be aware of a whole sort of sound world that they may not have realised before. So it doesn't matter how they create that sound, it's just having the guts to think, well, what if, you know, and actually try things out.
One of the things that we're challenging them to do is to somehow go right back to the basics of sound production, of listening to what the potential sounds of their instruments are, and then to use that as a resource to start to make music. That will be a thing that also then feeds into our later work with the main body of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and we'll be asking them to do the same.
I think the creativity of the kids that you see is a really exciting aspect of it for us as musicians. Their fresh approach to sound is really quite interesting, exciting, fun, funny sometimes. It's great.
You could just see the attention of the students has been really wrapped with the stimulation they're being given, and it's a whole new environment for them. I think that whole idea of working with the Royal Philharmonic has just raised their aspirations and broadened their horizons.
It's different to be working with professional musicians. You get to learn a lot more without really learning in an orthodox way in a classroom. We're just kind of being creative, and it's working quite well.
In terms of the student leadership, one of the things that I'm really hoping we can do is have moments within the performance where some of the young performers stand up, they turn to the section that they're playing in, and they take over the leadership of that team in a kind of guerrilla tactic kind of way, trying to wrestle the material from the principal conductor. And I think that will, both theatrically will look good, but it also enables us to musically do really sophisticated things. This piece is going to start out with some quite raw sonic material, sound that we've discovered and we've found and we're exploring. Towards the end of the piece, that sound's become quite focused into something that unifies all of the musicians on the stage.
It'd be really good to perform something new. So normally, like, you could be performing a song, but this is like our piece and we've composed it so it feels like your own when you're performing it. So yeah, it'd be really cool to see that.